Pollination is the simple process where the transfer of pollen grains, mainly from anther to stigma, takes place. From anther to stigma of a pistil takes place. How the pollen is formed? Depending upon that, pollination mainly can be divided into three types. That is autogamy, zytonogamy and xenogamy are the three different types of pollination. It is the process of transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of a pistil. It is a simple process where the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma takes place. Depending on the source of a pollen, pollination can be divided as follows. The first important type of pollination is autogamy. It is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the same flower. It is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower, which takes place in the same flower, not in the different plant, not in the different flower. It does not take place in a different flower as well as it does not take place in the different plant, but takes place in the same flower of the same plant, mainly in the same flower, autogamy. Some of the important requirements of the autogamy are: it mainly requires the anther and the stigma to lie close. Obviously, anther and stigma must be very close because it is mainly taking in the same flower. So it taking in the same flower. So anther and stigma must lie very close so that pollination takes place very easily. It also requires synchrony in the pollen release and stigma receptivity. It also must require the connectivity between the pollens or synchrony and stigma receptivity. There are two types of flowers, that is chasmogamous flowers and cleistogamous flowers, which takes autogamy. Plants like Viola oxalis follows chasmogamous flowers. What are chasmogamous flowers? The flowers with the exposed anther and stigma, where the anther and stigma are fully exposed. Cleistogamous flowers are the flowers which do not open at all. They do not get open at all. They are always closed. Do not expose. Zytonogamy. It is the transfer of pollens from anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower in the same plant. In the process of autogamy, the first process of pollination, that is autogamy, the transfer of pollens from anther to the stigma takes place in the same flower. But in the zytonogamy, the transfer of pollens from anther to stigma takes place in a different flower, but in a same plant, different flower. One flower. Consider this is a plant. Here there are two flowers. Here the transfer of pollens from anther to stigma takes place in the same plant, but in a different flower. From this flower to this flower takes place. Genetically, it is similar to autogamy, but it requires pollinating agents. It mainly requires pollinating agents. Pollinating agents like wind, water, air, etc. The last important pollination is xenogamy. It is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of a different plant. In the first case, that is autogamy, the transfer of pollens from anther to stigma takes place in the same flower. In the zytonogamy, transfer of pollens from anther to stigma takes place in a different flower of the same plant. But in this case, xenogamy, the transfer of pollen grains takes place in a different plant. Consider this is one plant and this is one plant. There are two plants. Here the transfer of pollen takes place from one plant to another plant. Pollination causes genetically different types of pollens to be brought to a stigma. Of pollination, there are some very important agents of pollination. First of all, what is agents? Agent is something that will help in the pollination. Without agents, the pollination is quite impossible. So agents plays a very important role in the process of pollination. Plants use air, water and animals for pollination. Air and water are abiotic agents. What are abiotic agents? Abiotic agents are the agents which are lifeless. They are non-living. Whereas biotic agents are the agents which are living, which breathe. Plants use air, water and animals as the pollination, as the agents of pollination. Agent of pollination is pollination by wind. It is mainly the common form of abiotic pollination. Abiotic pollination refers to lifeless organisms. Lifeless organism. It is the most common form of abiotic pollination. Say that this is your filament. This is your filament and this is the bilobed anther. This is a bilobed anther. Consider there is a dehiscence of anther taking place. So it has released the pollen grains here. So it has released some pollen grains here. Let's say this is the female flower. This is the female flower present here. Now these pollen grains need to be transferred here. Now these pollen grains which are present here need to be transferred over here. Let's say wind is blowing in this direction. Then is it possible to reach the pollen grains here? Obviously no. It is not possible to reach the pollen grains here because the direction of wind is in this direction. So pollination by wind is the case where it does not take place. The pollination does not take place all the time. It is obviously rare fact. There are some properties for pollination by wind. Firstly, these pollen grains must be very light. These pollen grains must be light weighted. If it is heavy, then it will be falling down here only. It will not reach here, but it will be falling down here. So the pollens should be very light and they should not be sticky. They should be non-sticky. Pollens should be non-sticky. If it would be sticky, then it would be sticked wherever. So it should be non-sticky to the surface easily, and they cannot carried by winds, so it should not be sticky. Now stamen or anther should be well exposed. It should be well exposed, and this stigma or the female reproductive part must be large. This should be very large. If it is large, then only it can catch some pollen grains over here, and then only pollination can take place. If it is not large, if it is very small, there is a rare chance of getting some pollen grains. So it should be large and it should be feathery. In case of female, stigma should be large or broad and feathery because it can receive the pollen grains easily. The capacity of pollination is here little rare. Wind pollinated flowers have only one or single ovule. These wind pollinated flowers mainly have single ovule because we know that wind pollination does not take all the time, as it is a rare factor. So here the chances of pollination is very less, so it will be having only one ovule. And here the flowers are around inflorescence, means the arrangement of flowers is mainly based on inflorescence. Common form of abiotic pollination, as it is lifeless. Plants possess well exposed stamen and large feathery stigma so that it can catch the pollen grains easily. Pollen should be light weighted because it should be light weighted. If it is heavy, then it will not reach the female gametophyte, and it should be non-sticky. If it would be sticky, then it will maybe carried by winds and it may attach the surface easily. Wind pollinated flowers often have single ovule in the ovary and numerous flowers packed in an inflorescence. Wind pollinated flowers have only one or single ovule because we know that wind pollination is a rare factor or does not take place all the time. So here the chances is very less. Chances of pollination are very less. So they have only one ovule, and they are packed in an inflorescence. Inflorescence is the process where the arrangement of flowers takes place. By wind is very common in grass. It's very common in grass.